Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about education in the United States versus Finland. So let's get started. Finland has one of the best education systems in the world, and the United States falls short compared to Finland, so we're going to take a look at why Finland has such a better education system than the United States. There are three factors of education: teachers, students, and parents. We're going to take a look at the roles of all three and how they combine to make our education systems. First, we're going to look at the teachers. In the US, teachers only need a bachelor's degree and a teaching credential, whereas in Finland, they actually have to have their master's degree, and their government pays for them to get their master's degree. In America, teachers have to teach to the test because of all our standardized testing. But in Finland, they don't have standardized tests, so teachers have more of a free range. We only have one teacher per classroom, but in Finland, they have 3 teachers per classroom. 2 teachers focus on instruction, and 1 teacher works with the struggling students in the classroom. About 47% of teachers in America come from the bottom third of the college graduates, where in Finland, they actually come from the top 10% of their graduates. The curriculum in America is created by the nation and the state, so we have the national standards, like Common Core, and also state standards. But in Finland, their curriculum is created locally by their teachers and principals. They do have national standards, but they're not super intense like ours are in America. And the teachers are actually evaluated holistically by their peers and principals. Next, we're going to take a look at the students. In the US, students average about 27 minutes a day of free time during their school day, where in Finland, they average about 75 minutes a day of free time, which we're going to talk a little bit later about why. In the US, students have homework every night, but in Finland, students don't get homework until they're in their teens, which is around their high school time. So that's part of the reason why they also have some more free time. In the US, students have the opportunity to attend preschool, but it has to be paid for. In Finland, students are able to attend preschool free of charge. In the US, students are evaluated by their teachers and the state based solely on their academic performance, whereas in Finland, they're evaluated holistically by their peers and principals. In America, students start school around age 4, but they actually start at a later age in Finland, which is usually around 7 years old. So they actually get to start later than the students here in America. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the parents. In America, parents receive 12 weeks of unpaid maternity leave, but in Finland, they get 4 months of paid maternity leave, with an additional 6 months of paid leave for the mother and father if they choose to do that. In Finland, the government also provides a baby box to parents for each new child, which has a year's worth of clothing, books, and other supplies needed for babies, which is awesome. And as we know in America, if you're a parent, you don't really get things like that from our government. So it's awesome that Finland provides that. Some other facts that I wanted to talk about: the high school graduation rate in the US, it's about 75%, but in Finland, it's at 93%. So they're actually getting more students to graduate high school than in America. Joy and play are not part of the curriculum in the US, but they are in Finland, which comes back to that free time that we were talking about earlier. Joy and play are actually embedded into the curriculum in Finland, which is why students have that more free time during their school day, is because they actually get the chance to play more. They have more recess and breaks. In the US, there are options for a public school or a private school, but in Finland, every student attends public school. They have a few private schools, but they're actually publicly funded. In America, not all schools are the same. We have a variety of different schools, but in Finland, they are really strong about equality amongst all schools. So all teachers teach the same way, and all schools are receiving the same resources. So things to remember is that standardization is not always the best. Higher education means more skilled teachers. More teachers in the classroom is beneficial for the students, and having fun is important for our students. Here are the references that I used, and thank you for listening.